If you know, you know. This is hard to get to water. I'm on my way up to the Hawke's Bay, just on the Kapiti Expressway at the moment, 7:15 in the morning, meeting Bolty, and we're heading into the Kawekas, into an area where we fished before. Didn't do too well, we did okay, but there was a bit more water in the river that probably made it reasonable fishing. So this year there's good forecast for the next 3 days, and there hasn't been too much rain. So this is it. This is my first bush trip. Dropped a video for nearly 2 years, or a year and a half since Stewart Island. So hopefully we get into some fish, have some laughs. Going with a good mate, we'll have a couple of drams. If we're not too far away from the car, we'll probably have some beers. Just depends. We've never been to this area quite. Been close, but we're hoping it's not too far to walk to our camp. Alright, catch you later, and hopefully after this portion you're watching us catching fish. Righty, a bit of an update from this morning. So I picked up Bolty.
Right,
we drove here. We made a rather rash decision to drive down a track which is over there. It goes all the way up to that big hill there, and we spent an hour and a half trying to get out, and we're not out. So we're stuck on the hill. We're only about 50 feet from the end, and we're going to have to go and get some help to get out that last bit. We went around some real gnarly, like shit yourself scary stuff. So we've left the car there, we've set up our camp here. We're going to go and fish. It's now 3:30, so we don't have a heck of a lot of time, but we might as well get some fishing in. So that getting stuck has kind of blown us most of the day, and yeah, we're going to go fishing, and then we're going to have to either tomorrow or the next day get some help from the farmer. I guess that's going to cost us a bit, but anyway, we're going to go fishing now.
It's going to cost us a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. First piece of water for this season, and it is just blowing down here. It was forecast to be breezy this afternoon, but this ain't fun. I don't even know if I'll get a cast out. It's just gale force down through here. Yeah, down deep. First fish of the season. This is windy as hell. I was almost going to give up, and I thought I'll just give it one more cast. Nice rainbow. Woohoo! Okay. Settle. Nice fish. While we were recovering the vehicle, or trying to, That's a really good angle. You can see that where that bank has slipped away there, that was the tight piece we had to go around. Shit myself. I kid you not. Cheers, buddy.
Another epic day.
Fucking hell.
How are you going to explain this one to that?
There's a lot of footage on this about where my car is stuck at the moment, but basically we drove down to this flat and it was a pretty hairy drive down, and then we thought, shit, what if it rains? It's going to be hard to get up there because it's got a zigzag on the track, and that'll kind of come out when you see the pictures of where the truck is. So we decided that we'd evacuate the truck today, leave our gear down here, we can walk it out. It took us an hour and a half, and the car's probably about 100 metres away, well, not even as the crow flies. Really steep track out, 2 zigzags, one was back on itself, so it's probably, the inside angle was 75 degrees, and there's a flippin' gnarly cliff right where the back wheels went round. I would have said maybe 4 feet, and yeah, it was scary. It was scary. That's the first little puff up from camp. Pretty steep. This is a gnarly corner. Really had to dig out there, and if you want to know why I was a bit nervous, there's the back. Anyway, we've got the car 3/4 of the way up. Through the hard bits. It took us an hour and a half to get it to where it is, 100 metres away, with rocks and digging and you name it, but it's stuck. And we'll give it another try, maybe, but we really did try today.
How many changes of underwear?
Yeah, I'm okay that way. But I'll tell you what, I was seriously scared for my
I was guiding you up, right? I was digging the rocks out, I was digging the earth out.
Yep.
I was guiding you up. I was scared for you.
Point the wheels this way. It is probably the scariest thing I've done since I left the place.
Yeah.
I was seriously shitting myself. I was really worried about it, but I couldn't leave the truck down here. We did come prepared for car camping, but we've evacuated the car as far as we can. So we've got steak and we've got some, we're going to have a proper fry up tonight, not our normal. Wow, that is awesome.
Look at that steak.
Yeah.
Scotch fillet, mate.
Yum. So here's our dinner: dehydrated peas, dehydrated potatoes with some cheese in it.
Mate,
here comes the nice medium rare, or possibly even rare, steak. And these are all cooked on our little, just lift the thing up, these are all cooked on our little
one there, like
on our little methylated spirit stoves. There's Bolty's one, and there's my one there. It's just finished, and that's pretty bloody nice. Pretty bloody nice. Now all we need is the wine.
I can do that. Hang on. Oh, ready?
Look at that.
Let's suit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
There you go. Got
And
your wine
there's
glass.
a few dead tins around here too.
Got a wine glass too.
Oh, did you bring 2 wine glasses or just one?
No, because you got your own. You always bring your fold flat one.
I do.
I saw it here a moment ago.
Yep, got it. All right. That's the first yucky corner down there. Up. Here's the truck. Skiddy, skiddy, skiddy. Pretty steep, and it's pretty wet on the right there, so the plan is to miss that. I'm going to turn the wheel out here Might just cut this little piece here. Bolty's gone through and cut off all of the shitty bits, so hopefully
Yes. Oh, we spent about an hour and a half to 2 hours yesterday trying to achieve that and failed. Anyway, a night's sleep and some good food sorted it.
we had yesterday.
So how did that feel, Mr. Brown?
Oh, wow. Well, that saved us several kilometres of walking, probably 10 k's of walking to get us.
And probably 6 hours of work.
Far out.
Woohoo! That is also that hard work of digging out and creating and walking the track.
This little tool here, Bolty did 99% of it, but boy, that is joyful.
I'll take it nice and steady and park it at the top, and I'll wait for you here. Oh.
If you know, you know. And if you know how to get here, you've probably been here. This is hard to get to water. This is the first morning of day 2 of our fishing trip. Yesterday we caught a couple of fish. Well, yesterday we spent most of the afternoon trying to recover the ute. We've now recovered the ute and it's way up the top there, so we've got a bit of a pack haul to get out, so it makes it a significant trip. And here's Bolty in the first casting position for the day. We can see a fish, you won't see it on this camera, but just above that grassy spike there, in the water about halfway up to the bubbles, there's a fish hanging on the left there. But you don't walk past, you fish your feet first, so Bolty's just having a crack there. Could be another one just up in here, mate. About 10 feet further up and 4 feet to your left. There's a nice shape down deep. Your fly landed right where I think it is. Oh, I can see another one further up as well. Pretty sure it's a fish. Shape and movement. This is a beautiful piece of water. Yeah, that's a fish there. There to get it. There we go, Bolty's in. It's not huge, but it's a fish. Nice one. At least you caught this one in the mouth. Way to go. Nice one, mate. Just caught one, so now it's my turn. Same pool. Fishing up the middle seam because I know that there is a fish over to the side. Well, we saw a fish, I don't know if it's still there. Yeah, look at this old clunker, man. There we go. There's a nice rainbow. It's a jack. I'm just gonna. There's again a nice, decent sized fish. I just like to. Took it twice. I don't know. Well, they both ended up in his mouth. He's a good size. He looks like he's lost a lot of condition. Okay, out you go. There you go. Good on you. Yeah, real skinny for his head size, eh?
Yeah, so that's just come through spawning, right? So,
Nice one, mate. Your turn. I'm not so sure if that's either of those fish are the ones that we saw.
no, the one I caught was nothing to do with that.
Yeah. It's a fish just here, out in the stream. We've already caught 2 in this water. That might do it. Should get down. He's about 3 or 4 feet deep. And no cigar. He might be a bit deeper than we think. He's definitely actively feeding, and there's another one in front of him, I'm absolutely sure. Run it through just in case this is a fish in this side pocket. Shallow. Okay, if he's blind in the left eye, this might take him on the right. Yep. Into it. Look at this. Woohoo! Yeah, you beauty. That was a good team effort, that fish. Sighted and caught by the very able Mr. Bolt. This fish was out in the current, so I'm picking it's going to be in better condition than the last couple that we've caught. Nice rainbow. Coming to the side. Bottom fly again, whatever that is. That'll probably be Bolty's little blue. That looks a better nick, mate. Yes.
Mr. Brown is into another one.
Come back. Come back. There's another fish in there, I reckon. Side on him to get around. Come across into this quiet pocket. Good fighting fish. He's right out in the middle. He's got plenty of guts. I really want you to go down there. Come into the soft pocket here.
Got a bit more fighting in this one. Good condition.
Yeah, the other one was floppy and spent. This one ain't spent. This is the 4th fish from this piece of water. he's got some go. He's got some condition on him.
Mate, oh.
Get in. My net wouldn't deploy. Okay, I think you're off. There you go. That was a great condition fish. I don't know.
It's a rocket when you hit it.
Yeah.
Where did you hook it? Because there was another one. When it came downstream, there was another one hanging around in the middle. Whether it was one we'd previously caught or not, I don't know.
No, I caught him well up in that first run coming in on the left there.
Oh, on that little eye there. Okay.
In this piece of water, one panny, one spent an old fish, but quite spent, and two real fighters from in here. Just going to put a couple up in here just before I get too close to it. Oh, at last. Fucking hell. It's been a long, lean day. Started great. You know, I think those 4 fish in that confluence pool, I think they're probably from the other stream. I don't want to say it on camera because it's dirty. He's on your blue fly. He's got some go, mate. Oh shit. You've saved my bacon, little fish. And that was the best fight I've had all day. Easy. Oh, solid. And there you go, away you go. Whoa.
Look at the tail as it goes out.
Thank fuck for that. Okay. 4. A camp here. I have my hammock over there. I should have filmed it while it was up. And Bolty was down here. Quite reasonable. A few dead cows around though. Now we've got this grunty little hill to climb out. Not too far, but it's steep.
It'll make you puff and blow.
It's going to be a puffer. Right, stoke the engines. We're on our way. Okay, just a quick trip debrief. We've come out a day early because it's windy as hell, and we think the forecast has come forward a day, and it's really shitty looking coming in. So and it's just too windy to fish. So day one we came in here and it was really windy. We caught 2 fish on that day. We just did a little fish down from the camp where we were in, and we had a really tough night with the wind. Thought, oh yeah, this is going to blow us out of here. And the next day was as calm as anything, and we fished, and Bolty caught 8 and I caught 4. It wasn't quite the fish numbers that we thought might be there.
We missed a few.
Yeah, we saw a few which we missed. First day of the season, basically.
We caught more fish this time around than we did through the whole of last season.
That's correct. Last season we got rained off our Rukatori trip, and we can't get up to the Rukatori this year anyway because it's all blocked out, and so we've come to this alternative one. And correct, last year, because I was moving down to the hut, didn't get any fishing in. I fished half a day up at the Rukatori.
The rivers in Hawke's Bay were out of condition virtually the whole season.
Yeah, people on the lowlands are catching fish, but we're backcountry fishermen, and yeah, I don't bother going to the nearest bridge and having a fish. Anyway, we caught some fish. We woke up this morning early. It was windy, so we sat around, had a couple of cups of coffee.
That's
an
understatement. Windy.
It was windy.
Very
windy.
windy.
It's blowing a gale. I have a Dyneema fly over my hammock, and I could have, if the trees didn't have roots on them, I could have entered in the America's Cup. It was just ready to sail. It is sail material. So anyway, we're on our way out. Had a great trip. Not many trout. We'll come back here a little bit later in the season, just to see if we get some better weather. You can probably hear that wind just blowing through the trees and that. Anyway, signing off. Hopefully this makes a video, and hopefully you enjoyed if you watch it.